do it at the most affordable cost. And I can't speak for the whole board, but my question is, there's serious concerns that this plan is the most affordable plan for Southview in Cecil Township. And that's where we need to take a step back as the board that's in front of you now, not the board that approved it 13 or 7 or whatever it was years ago. We need to take a step back and say, are we held to this? And if we're not, do we need to do this on our own with our own sewer authority, or is our best option to join our plan? And I think until we get those answers to those questions, I can't anyways vote to join this plan.
See, that's not an easy answer to come up with, because if we ask our authority to price our own plant or price a line on the Glass Hill Road up through Gilmore to Southview, that would take probably $80,000 to $100,000 for them to do that study. It's not just something that's here's the price. So it's not easy to get sewer prices. It's not like a water line where the water company can say, hey, it's $52 a foot, no matter where, up this road, this road, this road, 52 times 1,000 feet if that's how long you need. It's water line, gas line, electric lines are easy to price. Sewers are just a completely different thing. So yeah, I'm just saying it's not easy. The money they've spent to design that project, if we had to come up with a reasonable price to give it to you, I bet it would be in excess of $100,000 just to come up with a number for you to look at.
Well, the other question I have is what level of expansion do you expect in your projections?
One of our administrators should have been here.
What extra capacity? What extra capacity?
No, not capacity. What projection do you expect once that sewer line, the project is completed? What did you factor in for growth in construction? And I know the answer to this, and Cecil had the same problem. Because Gateway projected 0 growth for the first 10 years.
There's a small growth number in there. It's very small.
That's the problem, because that's a PennVist and a DEP requirement.
Right. And it's not a PennVist, it's a DEP issue.
It's a DEP issue.
You have to identify the growth number that you're using in the plan and again in the
And my question is, what did you use?
I don't have the number off the top of my head. There's a small growth.
I can tell you what Cecil used. They used 0, and at the least you could have used what you built last year in building permit. And it doesn't sound like a big number, but over 30 years, that's a significant adjustment to those costs.
But I can tell you there is a growth number in it, and we have to justify the growth number in the design and in the permit.
No offense, I'm a financial guy. I understand engineering guys. They're going to justify it saying, hey, we don't know what the number is and it's close to 0. Okay, that's my argument. Okay. It's a financing issue.
I'm telling you what we did. I'm not trying to debate it with you.
I'm just trying to clear it up.
We were faced with Lawrence or even Miller's Run, when you're budgeting for it, on existing villages, those people are being forced to take sewers. Where vacant farmland, those people, they're not being forced to do anything. If there's a future development, those people on those lots can decide, no, I'm not going to pay that much for a lot. So let me just finish. In Miller's Run or Lawrence, since those people are being forced to tap in, that's why they don't allow different funding mechanisms to build for future capacity for some future development.
I'm not talking about future capacity, Tom. I'm talking about how your financing projections are affected by the fact that you consider 0 growth compared to what your growth would be over 10 or 15 years when you have a sewage plant. That's my problem.
Extra capacity that plant on Rising Road.
Mike, I'm not following. What does the 0 growth have to do with the financing?
Okay, right now you put in 300 users, and in the next 10 years you got another 300. And you're getting $7,500 a tap in, and they didn't project that in there.
But what they're saying is,
let me finish. If you don't project that in your financing projections, you just doubled your cost and your expenses. And instead of a 30-year payback, you only got a 15. So what I'm saying is it affects the whole project and how it's costed and how you expect to recover your cost.
Why would you go from a 30-year payback to a 15-year payback?
I just told you, because your users go to 600. You double your users, you double your income because you got 7,500 per tap coming in, but you don't have any cost. You might have some cost for expanding the plant, but it ain't going to be $16 million. That's my issue. It's going to be something marginal.
If
And
you have to expand the plant, wouldn't the tap-ins reflect that? So if their current tap-in is 75, but you need to expand the plant for 300 more users, their tap-in probably won't be 75, it will be to cover the cost of the expansion.
well, that's the fallacy right there, because
Can I just want to hear real quick, I just want to.
all right.
The way a tap-in fee is calculated after the project is done, the theory is that the people that are, the tap-in fee is equity paid back for the people who pay for the report up front. That's the fee behind it. Combination of the tap-in fee. So,
Yeah, but you could have
But
sinking
he's saying
funds.
you have to add on the second.
Again,
yeah.
How do you cover the cost of that? You wouldn't cover the cost of the expansion.
With tap-in fees,
Tap-in.
you have to finance it to be another borrower.
So you would raise the rate on the current user?
Depends on, I work in places where every time there's an area that needs to be, where there's an expansion that's needed or additional area that needs to be sewered, they spread the new debt over everyone. I work in places where every project is standalone. It's something that the authority board would have to make a decision on at the time.
Hey, how about this one? You know, I work for Consol Energy. You know, whenever like people need help, they reach out to people, you know. They give millions of dollars, you know. They put in the dams, you know, rebuild things. What about like Mark West, you know, the gas industry, Range Resource, you know, incur some of the costs here, you know, to help out. You know, did you ever reach out to any of them? Or do you just fight? Them are good people, you know. It's our community, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? It helps incur, you know, like how they said like that, oh my God, the Sabre, that Meadows, that casino, man, they're gonna give money to everybody.
We've
Shit, they ain't gonna give money.
applied for casino money.
But I mean, does that, you into it?
We enjoy your help.
Yeah, I
If
mean,
you work there at Consol, you might be able to help us out.
I mean, I can ask, I mean, it don't hurt to ask, you know, I mean,
Take all the help we get.
Hey, Tom, you know, Consol Energy come down and gave us a drug dog and, you know,
Yeah, they better put your name on a dog than a sewer pipe.
And no, it ain't funny, it's everything.
We'll call
They
it
help out, man, you
the
know?
Consol wastewater treatment plant if they want.
Oh yeah, this is fun, man.
No, really.
I just say, hey, man, pay your $7,000 tap.
Honestly,
you know?
we were calculating a lot of our dollars from our Act 13 money.
Yeah.
Did you see what Range did? Range doesn't want to drill in Mount Pleasant Township anymore. It's too hard to get a permit. So they just pulled 3 permits off, trying to get permits. So where am I getting the money at now? You say,
I mean, that's what I mean.
they're not going to hand it out to you.
No.
They want to.
Not when you buy it.
Yeah, they want, yeah, you got it, you know. I mean, it's a good thing, I
If
mean.
you come up and take a look at the map, now, it'll explain if you have any questions as you're looking at it, just, I don't know if you looked at it earlier, but you might want to take a look at it. We'll work on this, we'll work on it with our third authority, with our attorney, and just try to come to some kind of.
Again for the attorney.
Somebody, come on up.
Well,
When do you have to know from these meetings?
well, that's what the question. We are moving forward. We're about 25-30% into the design. So, you know, we're getting to a point where we can make a decision about which way we're going to go. Because we'll steam ahead. Our plan is to have this thing done by the end of the year, the design. So, there was a lot of talk about studying and legal things. When do you think that you're going to put this to a vote by your board? Can you give us a time frame?
Bring all your ammunition.
Not Monday.
I'm going to suggest that we meet with our residents again, maybe in mid-March. And after they've had a chance to think about this, and then come back and meet with them again. And
Maybe we'll have some answers to these questions for them also, that we don't have tonight.
and then we would perhaps be in a position
To vote in April?
vote in April. Does that seem sensible?
Yeah.
Because I think the authority meets first Wednesday of the month, and they're going to probably identify a time when they need a decision from this board.
Does that seem reasonable, Tom, that we would meet in the middle of March and have some answers to our questions and your questions. And you'll all have an opportunity to collect your thoughts.
And where are your neighbors at?
How about bringing somebody, why don't you bring somebody from our side on the municipal authority, the sewage authority, so we can have questions to ask them, they can answer, give us guidance,
What do you mean, you guys don't get mail? You're saying you have to, you don't get mail?
Are we fighting a losing battle here?
I don't see it as a battle or an adversarial thing. I see it as a choice. I think that what the Mount Pleasant Authority is doing is saying, you can have it this way or this way. Which way would you like it? I think we're being perceived is, we're doing whatever we want, no matter what you decide. And that's not what we're trying to tell you. We're trying to say, we can do it this way or this way. Tell us what you want us to do, and we'll do it that way.
How are you going to force us to go into your plan? How do you propose to do that?
The DEP will do that, right?
Well, you're right now. You're part of the plan. And that's not going to change.
You guys are in.
So I'm saying, we're fighting a losing battle.
Yeah, but.
Well, what battle are you think you're fighting?
You don't want sewage, or you?
If you don't want sewage, then yes, you're fighting a losing battle. If you do want sewage, then it's not a battle, it's a choice. Right, so.
Honestly, we went towards the pump station because we thought everybody would love the pump station versus the plant.
I thought, same price. Do you want to, do you want a sewage plant in your backyard or not? When I would say, you'd say, oh, that'd be great.
But I'm saying, if you go through with your plan, the way it is right now, the Cecil Township after
Yes.
yes, there's no way out.
There's no way out.
So we're fighting a losing battle.
And let's say, I'll say it again, if the battle is fighting getting sewage, yes, you're fighting a losing battle. If you view it as a choice as to whether you want a sewage plant in your neighborhood or not, then it's a choice you make.
Hey, my thing is, I understand.
Total cost is going to be $30,000.
I just want the cost low. I know I can pay something.
I know, and
I mean, for everybody.
But believe me, I think, we want it as low as we can too. I don't think anybody associated with the township or the authority wants us to be any higher than it has to be.
Yeah, exactly.
But I don't want to come to you and say it's going to be 50 and have it be 95. I'm trying to be honest with you about what the price is.
Okay, so why can't you still put a pump station in if we don't go into it?
Because you have to go into it. You're a part of the plan.
Don't say that. I'm saying, if we don't go into it, why are you going to put a plant down there versus a pump station? Just answer that question.
I can't answer the question because you have to. You're in. There's not a choice.
So we're fighting a losing battle.
Vicky knows it. I might be wrong, but Vicky knows.
Can you agree so that am I still?
The question here is,
I don't know how.
I'm believing, the only question we're here tonight is one thing. Pumping station? And that's the question. They're out of there.